Hi everyone, this is Jason from Metal Flesh. Today I will rank the entire Paradise Lost discography from Getting the Bin tier all the way up to From Here to Eternity. From its release I'm gonna pick two highlight songs. I'm gonna try and steer away from the obvious hit songs. We're gonna kick things off with Lost Paradise. It came out in 1990. It's a bleak and crushing debut rooted in death doom. Slow, oppressive riffs that dominate the entire album, followed by harsh vocals and grim atmosphere. The production is raw and murky, enhancing the entire underground heaviness. Highlights will be Breeding Fear and Rotting Misery. For me, this is a solid B release. Gothic followed in 1991. This is a landmark album that helped birth the entire Gothic metal scene. The album introduces keyboards, female vocals, and melancholic atmosphere while retaining doom heaviness. It feels experimental yet deeply emotional. It's more atmospheric than Lost Paradise, and this one is a genre-defining album. This is one of my favorite Paradise Lost albums. Highlights will be Eternal and Rapture. For me, this is a solid From Here to Eternity release. This was followed by Shades of God in 1992. This is a transitional record balancing death doom heaviness with growing melody. The riffs are stronger and more structured. Nick Holmes' vocals begin to shift towards a deeper and cleaner tone. It's less groundbreaking than Gothic, but it's more refined musically. Highlights will be Morals, What's the Day, and As I Die. For me, this is a solid A release. Icon followed in 1993. This is a major turning point with cleaner vocals, tighter songwriting, and strong Gothic metal identity emerging. The atmosphere is melancholic yet powerful with memorable hooks. This one's more melodic and accessible than Shades of God, less doom, more gothic and more heavy. Highlights will be Widow and True Belief. For me, this is another From Here to Eternity release. 1995 we see the release of Draconian Times. This one's widely considered their masterpiece. Dark, melodic, and perfectly balanced between heaviness and atmosphere. The songwriting is sharp and emotionally thought throughout. This one's more polished and cohesive than Icon. This is the definition of the Paradise Lost sound. Highlights will be I See Your Face and One Solar. This is one of my favorites. It's gonna go to From Here to Eternity. I tend to revisit this more than Icon. 1 Second came in 1997. This is a bold shift towards a synth-driven gothic rock album. Guitars are toned down in favor of the electronic textures and melancholic melodies. I don't listen to this very often. The band tried to take a risk. They create an experimental album. Highlights will be Soul Courageous and Blood of Another. I don't listen to this very often. I might just put it on a D tier. I might get shot for it, but we'll see on the comments. Host came out in 1999. This is an even deeper dive into the electronic and synth pop influences. The guitars are pretty much non-existent. It's more experimental. Production is very clean. The band sort of tried to do a Depeche Mode album. Highlights will be So Much Is Lost and In Not All Honesty. I tend to listen to this a little bit more than 1 second. For me, it's still a D tier. Believe in Nothing came in 2001. Again, this is another transitional album. The band here attempted to blend the electronic elements with heavier guitars again. The songwriting feels cautious, somewhat restrained. It's less bold than Host and less powerful than the earlier metal work. Highlights will be Sell It to the World and Mouth. For me, this is a get in the bin tier. I just don't listen to it at all. Symbol of Life came in 2002. This is a heavier, more confident return to gothic roots. The riffs regain prominence and the bounce sounds more focused and comfortable. This is a stronger, more cohesive than the previous two album. For me, this is like the recovery phase, like the sort of coming back. Highlights will be Pray Nightfall and No Celebration. For me, this is a C tier. Paradise Lost followed in 2005. This is a darker and heavier self-titled album. The atmosphere becomes gloomier again, with doom elements returning more clearly. It's heavier and more mature than Symbol of Life. It's a steady return to darkness. Highlights will be Don't Belong and Accept the Pain. I'm just gonna put it on a B tier. In Requiem followed in 2007. It's a strong blend of gothic melodic and doom heaviness. The songwriting feels confident and emotionally charged. It's more cohesive and memorable than the self-titled album. For me, the highlights will be Never for the Damned and Beneath Black Skies. Again, another B tier release. There we go. 2009, we see Faith Divide Us, Death Unites Us. It's an album sort of returning towards a doom gothic form. Heavy riffs, melancholic melodies and powerful choruses. It's a more defined and atmospheric than in Requiem, and it's just more atmospheric than their earlier material, like Gothic and 1 Second. For me, the material feels slightly uneven. Highlights will be Last Regret and As Horizons End. I don't visit this very often. I'm just going to put it on a C tier. Tragic Idol came out in 2012. This is sharp riff driven gothic metal with strong hooks. The band sounds revitalized and focused. It's more direct and punchy than Fate Divide Us. The highlights for me will be Solitary One and Fear of Impending Hell. For me, this is a very strong release. For me, this is an A tier release. The Plague Within came in 2015. This one's a heavy doom masterpiece. Harsh vocals return prominently, blending old death doom aggression with modern production. It's darker and heavier than Tragic Idol. It's a powerful nod to the roots. Highlights will be Victim of the Past and No Hope in Sight. For me, this is a solid From Here to Eternity release. There we go. Medusa came out 2017. I was slightly disappointed of this one. As the album is slower and more oppressive, thick doom riffs that dominate the entire album from start to finish. It creates a crushing atmosphere. It's more minimal and heavier than The Plague Within, slightly less varied material, a few filler songs. Highlights for me will be The Longest Winter and Blood and Chaos. For me, this is a C tier. Obsidian came in 2020, a balanced and mature album combining doom heaviness with gothic melody and some synth elements sprinkle across the album. It feels reflective and controlled, and more dynamic and melodic than Medusa. Highlights will be Fall from Grace and Forsaken. I don't listen to this very often. It's slightly better than Medusa and Fate Divide Us. I'm just going to put it on a C tier. Then we've got the re-recording of Icon for the 30th year anniversary. You cannot really recapture the magic of the earlier sound, the raw. The songs are performed to an amazing standard. It fails to capture the earlier magic. I know the reasons behind why the band re-recorded this. Highlights will be the Forgiving Sympathy and Christendom. For me, this is a B tier release. That brings us to the most recent album released by Paradise Lost, The Ascension. This one tends to blend the good stuff of Obsidian, Medusa, and some of the Plague Within. This one just feels like a reflective album. The band sort of played it safe here. Very good release. And the whole album just feels cold. You listen to it, and it just brings this cold atmosphere. For me, the highlights will be Serpent on the Cross and Silence Like the Grave. For me, this is a solid A release. There we have it, the entire Paradise Lost discography ranked from Get in the Bin all the way up to From Here to Eternity. Till next time, stay heavy.